All right, this is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions. Continuing our Clash of the Champions review series. There's gonna be WCW Clash of the Champions 15. What was it? Knoxville,
Knoxville, USA.
Knoxville, USA. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank. Let's get into it. June 12th, 1991, Knoxville, Tennessee. If you didn't get it by the name they gave to this, this show is pretty much a build up for the Great American Bash,
Mhm.
which is on July 14th. Didn't draw a bad rating, 3.9 on TV for this one, but I thought the card was it was too many matches, and a lot of it was just not was lackluster to me. So let's get into it. Opening match. Of course, you had Jr. Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone doing the commentating on this one. Opening matchup was a six-man tag team match. It was the Young Pistols and Z-Man versus the U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Fabulous Freebirds, and Bad Street.
Patrick.
Gadget in a Riddler thing there with a bunch of question marks. I don't know. The match itself, again, you're down in the South. These two tag teams are going to draw a huge rave from the crowd. They did in this one. The match itself really wasn't bad. I
That
thought
was
the
fun.
ending was cheesy as hell. A triple man sunset flip and pin, and the referee counts a one count on all three of them. So then you technically didn't get a pin, or did you? I don't know. Young Pistols and Z-Man got the victory on that one. That's how that one ended. There was a lot of high flying action in the match. It was short, but like I said, the ending was left to be desired. So I don't know. You tell me. The next match on the card was Johnny Rich versus Oz.
Kevin Nash. Master
Yep.
Blaster.
Vinny
Right?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes. Vinny over there. My God, man, who's giving these gimmicks out?
I think this was Dusty's idea, the Oz thing.
Who thinks that an Emerald City character is going to be a main event? And you not only do you have Kevin Nash on this card, you have Scott Hall as well.
Yeah.
So
They
you
spent a
don't
lot
know.
on it, on his entrance, too. The costume, the entrance. It's
Oh,
pricey.
I'm sure.
Because I think they had the rights. I think Turner had the rights to Wizard of Oz. I think.
Yes, he did.
And I think that's
It
why.
was the only network that would air it every year.
I think that's why they, yeah. So anyway.
I I never saw this gimmick that would be something that would be successful
And it wasn't.
for him. And no, it wasn't. It shit the bed the minute he took the mask, the helmet, the thing off, whatever, on his debut. This match, 89-second match. It would have swing. He did a swinging crucifix and a pin, and Oz gets the victory. Okay, moving on. Next match on the card is Big Josh Doink, whatever you want to call him, versus Dangerous Dan Spivey. This one wasn't bad. I kind of enjoyed it. It was two brute forces going at it. Dan Spivey still had it a little, at this point. His career's winding down, but he could still do it. Big Josh is a big guy, just not given the right gimmick at this point, unfortunately. And what's funny during this match is Kevin Sullivan comes down, who looks like he stuck his finger in a socket because he's now the manager of Black Blood.
Yeah.
We're in the Pirates of the Caribbean type characters now. He hits Big Josh with a crutch and Spivey with a German suplex and a pin and gets the victory. The funny thing is, Big Josh knew that Sullivan was there. As soon as he saw Sullivan, that's when he got whipped into the rope. So don't make it obvious, guys.
Right. Yeah, well.
But Dan Spivey gets the victory in another short match on that one. Now after that, they announced we've said this before. I really like when they do this. The WCW Top 10. Only this time they did the singles because I think the tag team divisions was pretty much shot. At number 10 was Stunning Steve Austin. Number 9, One Man Gang. 8, Barry Windham. 7 was Arn Anderson. 6 was Sting, and I thought that was a little low for him. 5, Nikita Koloff. 4, Beautiful Bobby Eaton. 3, El Gigante, who never got a title shot. to the Great Muta, who at this point they're just treating like trash, and number 1 Lex Luger with Ric Flair on top of the heap. I don't agree with the top 10 there. I don't think Sting is a bottom top 10 guy. Since they never did anything, he never, received a title shot. I mean, I don't understand that, but I didn't make the top 10. And then, of course, Paulie dangerously interviewed Jason Hervey from Wonder Years.
Mm-hmm.
This is another thing we could have done. After the interview, he clocks the kid with his phone.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is he's dating Missy Hyatt, and dangerously has an issue with it.
Right, and he keeps cutting him off. He asks him a question, and he cuts him off.
Oh, just like Brother Love. So, all the heel, things do that. Of course, now they don't. But
he opened the show, and he opened up the show too.
Yeah, he tried to anyway. He's like, "Oh, really? We're on. I'm done. Yeah. This is it." This is where Dangerously was getting pissed off, and his Dangerous Alliance was on the horizon. Mm-hmm. Thank God, because I really like that group. Now, of course, after he gets hit with the phone, Missy Hyatt, the girlfriend, comes down to check on him. All this stuff. I'm surprised we didn't get a match. Jason Hervey versus Paulie Dangerously.
You might as well have. Why would you do all of this?
Exactly. And this isn't the first time they've had him on the show.
No.
He's a
big wrestling
huge
fan.
WCW fan.
He becomes good friends with Bischoff later on.
Mm-hmm.
They become friends.
But we just never see him do another thing again. Well, by that point, he's irrelevant because Wonder Years is off the air and nothing else is going on. So our next match on the card was Dustin Rhodes versus Terrence Taylor of the York Foundation.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
The computer. Oh, God.
What's funny is also during this match, they jumped the gun because remember they said that they were going to later on announce the newest member to the York Foundation. Yeah, they just did it an hour and 20 minutes early. And then when they made the announcement, it's like, yeah, no shit, we knew that. Duh. Why?
Well, I guess that
didn't make any sense.
Because then it was official. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because it wasn't official when Richard Morton attacked Dustin Rhodes.
What do you want to tell you, man?
Although, when they did announce it, I'll get to that later, what transpired was good. But again, the Rock and Roll Express, to me, are not heels, never to be turned, and you did it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, but Rhodes hit a bulldog on Taylor, but unfortunately missed a huge, distracting the referee. Dustin attacked him, and this is where Ricky Morton came down and attacked Dustin. Dustin Rhodes wins by disqualification over Terrence Taylor. I'm surprised the computer didn't see that one coming. God. Since it knows exactly how long your match is supposed to take. Yeah. So, and then, of course, to end all of that, Big Josh comes down with a 2x4. So we've got WCW's version of Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming down here and clearing the ring from everybody. Thank you, Doink. Or Big Josh, whatever. Anyway, next thing they did, they showed a video package for Johnny B. Bad. Of course, heel when he first started with Teddy Long. That Johnny B. Bad I didn't like, but when they kind of changed him over, that's when he's
he's better as a babyface.
Yes. Yeah. Can't see Little Richard being a heel.
No.
So, plus they showed what happened at Super Brawl. Nikita Koloff hitting Sting with the chain.
Yeah, because now Nikita's back. He had come back recently, and now
he's a heel.
He's a heel,
which makes no sense. Because after they did everything years back, building him up after Magnum TA, and now you're doing this. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
And then he's higher on the ranking than Sting is, which I don't agree with.
But did he hit Sting by accident? He hit Sting by accident?
At Super Brawl?
Yeah.
No, he was Sting moved I believe it was Luger out of the way, and he was the one that got hit.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
That's pretty much where that started. And then of course he chased down Koloff and attacked him, in the back. Our next match on the card was actually a pretty good one. It was Sting versus Nikita Koloff. These two guys did, despite the fact that Nikita coming back as a heel, these two guys did have a good feud. I was a Nikita Koloff fan back then. I liked his wrestling style. Of course, I love, we watched The Dark Side of the Ring, and he's talking. He goes, "Yeah, but now I got to go to my Russian voice." It's great stuff. Did a great job doing it. During this match, Koloff went for not one but two Tombstone pile drivers, which I thought was interesting. But the second time, Sting reversed it. Um, Sting misses, and it's a rare thing that he does this. He missed the Stinger splash on Koloff. But when Koloff went for the Russian sickle, just the regular clothesline or the lariat, but he calls it the Russian sickle, Sting dodged it and then just rolled him up for a pin. So I thought the roll up was a little cheesy, but nonetheless, Sting gets the victory in the match. And believe me, this feud is far from over. So, but this was the first good match I have seen on this card so far. So next on there, Tony Schiavone interviewed PN News. Oh boy. And of course, during the interview, Johnny B. Bad came down but didn't want none of them. Then he had Salt and Pepper there with him too, or two members of it. Oh, okay. PN News was like a flash in the pan for like 2 or 3 years.
They were high on him. They were high on him though.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
And
that's why this guy got fired too. That's why damn, is it the one man gang? I think it's the one man gang. Didn't want to put him over, and he gets canned. I think. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget the story. Yeah.
So on to our next match, which didn't make any sense because they're going to be on the next Clash anyway. Loser leaves WCW match, but it's only the one that gets pinned that has to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Brian Pillman and El Gigante versus Barry Windham and Arn Anderson. Now, this reminded me of Haku and Andre almost because El Gigante barely got into the ring during this match. Brian Pillman pretty much handled it himself. And it's also funny watching this as we're doing the Monday Night Wars thing of Pillman and Arn Anderson going at it, and we know what's to come with those two. A simple kick from Windham to Pillman in the face, and he gets the pin, and Brian Pillman has to leave WCW. Okay, newsflash. Brian Pillman's in the light heavyweight tournament in the next Clash, and that's 3 months from now. So I don't know what we're doing here. I love these career matches in WCW that never amount to anything. Hey, at least in WWE, when they do it, he went out. Well, of course, it was an injury storyline, but whatever. He stayed out. He went, and then he begged for the reinstatement.
For a little while, yeah, at least. Yeah.
And then when Flair left, it was for 8 years.
Yeah.
So here, you lose, you're out, you come back in 3 months. So other than that, the match wasn't bad. I would have liked to see El Gigante in there more, whooping Windham and Anderson's ass, but Flying Brian did it, just as well. And of course, following that, they showed last year's Great American Bash highlights. Of course, Sting winning the WCW title at that bash. And because they're promoting this, like I said, this is all setting up the bash. They're also having a number one contenders match during this night to see who will be facing Ric Flair at the bash. So the next match on the card was for the IWGP Tag Team titles from New Japan. The Steiner brothers defending the titles against Masahiro Chono and Hiroshi Hase. They showed how the Steiners won the titles over in Japan. And so now they're bringing the titles back here. I did like, and it's the same thing like AEW does now with the joint promotion with New Japan. I always wondered why. I was curious why WWE never did that with New Japan.
Well, because to Vince, WWF is the only.
Is it?
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, he did do the brief USWA.
Yeah, but that was.
And then the ECW. But I would have much rather seen New Japan.
And he brought in the South, right? Mid-South? Was it Mid-South he brought in?
Yeah, there was, and then there was, you talk about the federation that closed up in like '97 or something. I forgot.
When Cornette brought the guys.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Smoky Mountain. I'm sorry, Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, he had the working agreement with them.
Right.
Yeah, he gave us the Heavenly Bodies.
And nobody.
You can have him back.
Yeah.
We did get the Rock and Roll Express briefly.
And the new.
But,
and the
and
the new Midnight Express.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Bombastic Bob, Bodacious Bart, probably vice versa. It don't matter.
Jeez.
Anyway, during the match, and this one was actually a pretty good one as well. Chono had a submission hold going on Rick Steiner. Scott slipped on the top rope when he tried to break it. So he gets up and then just does the move right there, as if to say, you guys didn't see anything. He hits the Frankensteiner on Hase and gets the pin. The Steiner brothers retain the IWGP titles. This tag team is just it's on fire through 90 and 91. Mm-hmm. I mean, absolute fire, just beating everybody in their path. And if you got a tag title, it's going to be theirs. So, of course, after the match is where it got interesting as Dick Murdoch and Dick Slater attacked not only the Steiner brothers, but Chono and Hase as well. So they were making sure to tell everybody they are in line for those titles. So our next match on the card was Wildfire Tommy Rich, WCW's version of Bob Backlund, versus the Diamond Stud. And, of course, they had the girl that, yes. And he's acting like him, too, and doing everything just like him. Mm-hmm. So, and, of course, they had the girl that, strips him off. Good God! I did like the Diamond Exchange thing.
The Diamond Exchange, cool. No, it was. I thought it was good. Yeah.
And I thought they had something with the Diamond Stud. I mean, they could have just changed the name eventually and worked with him.
Right,
maybe kept him, but I'm sort of glad it didn't work out.
Right, because then we got Razor.
Exactly.
He was big.
And also,
he was
thank
big
God,
too
back Vegas didn't work out either. Oh, yeah, he was jacked. Mm-hmm. I mean, and this match itself, I mean, I felt like I was watching Razor Ramon in this match because everything he did was just like it.
Yeah.
And, of course, Stud hits the Diamond Death Drop or the Razor's Edge later on and gets the pin on Tommy Rich and gets the pin. Now, to me, beating a guy that's a former world champion like that should have put him definitely in the top 10. But nothing ever happened with him, unfortunately. Next on the card, Jim Ross interviewed a kid in a winner of the Sting look-alike contest. I'm looking at the kid. I'm like, you don't look like Sting. But then I realized, the face paint got it. Don't mind me.
He got to meet Sting though, at least.
Yes, that kid, man. I love the look on his face when Sting came out. He made this kid's life. Mm-hmm. Only thing I did not like, and it was the whole. Now here comes Nikita Koloff.
Sting gets his
attacking Sting, and then he's going to go after the kid.
Well,
and I'm sure they were told.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're going to do that. But this kid really had the terror in his eyes. He's a good actor. If he was,
he might not have told him. They might not have told him just to try to catch.
Honestly, it doesn't look like they did.
They might not have, because I don't think
Mama probably knew.
Yeah,
Mama was watching.
I don't even think he knew he was going to meet Sting.
No, he didn't, because as soon as JR said it, the kid just like lit up like holy crap, are you serious?
Right.
So I thought that whole segment was good just when he came out and attacked him during it.
No, he was getting heat. He got heat. It served its purpose.
Oh, he got a lot of heat for that one. So our next match on the card is our number one contenders match for the Great American Bash to face the Nature Boy Ric Flair, United States Champion Lex Luger against the Great Muta. I would have really liked this to go the other way. I so wanted Great Muta to be a world champion in WCW. They built him up so much.
They did.
And crapped all over him. And every time he came back, because he'll have another few stints over the course of the next 6 years, or 4 to 6 years anyway, I should say. Every time he came back, they crapped all over him. It's like he wasn't this dominant guy in New Japan. He wasn't this guy that beat Sting in '89. It's just a guy. And I didn't like that over it. Now, of course, during this match, he did his traditional mist before the event. Of course, you got to watch Great Muta during the match because he will do it again. He did try it on Lex Luger. Luger blocked it and picked him up for a power slam and got the pin. So no torture rack, no nothing like that, just a power slam pin. And Lex Luger's going to the Bash to face the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
The U.S. champion got a title shot.
Always happened when Luger had it. Anybody else?
Right, anybody else? No, it's like, no.
It's not existing. You're the number one guy.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't
matter. We can go down the list. Dustin Rhodes, Steve Austin, Jim Duggan, all of them. None of them get anything. Next on the card, we've got Joey Maggs, the Joey Maggs, against stunning Steve Austin. Just weird seeing him with the long hair
It is, yeah.
back then, but it's still Steve Austin nonetheless. And this match was literally a squash. I'm talking 25 seconds. We're done. Austin hits the stun gun on Maggs. See ya. I got the pin. You're done. And Austin is off to a bright future in WCW. Unfortunately, gets crapped on in 95, which I didn't like. But WWF benefited. Our next segment was Tony interviewing Alexander York. This is where we're going to find out the new member of the York Foundation, as if we didn't know anyway from earlier on.
Damn it.
It's Richard Morton.
Yeah.
Now, Robert Gibson was injured from the Rock and Roll Express. He blew out his knee. So this was Ricky Morton doing a singles run while his partner was out. I get, doing the singles run. I just don't get making him a heel.
Nah, it didn't work.
And then Robert Gibson comes out to confront him, and Morton attacks him.
Well, Mr. Hughes was going to attack him first, and then he told him, no, it's not part of the deal or something like that. And then he hit him.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's not what I signed up for. That's not part of the deal. And then he walked. Then, of course, Dustin Rhodes came out to go after Morton, so we got a little feud going there.
The natural Dustin Rhodes.
Another underutilized talent in WCW. So now we go on to our main event. A 2 out of 3 falls TV time remaining for the WCW title, Ric Flair versus beautiful Bobby Eaton. I do truly believe that Bobby Eaton deserved this title shot. I believe he deserved one even beyond this match because he proved that not only can he be in the main event, but he can go toe-to-toe with Ric Flair. And it's just a shame that this was kind of like a one and done almost for him. And his claim to fame was fall number 1 goes into his favor when Eaton hits the Alabama Jam and gets the pin.
You're thinking he has a chance. You're like, wait a minute.
Honestly, I mean, I'm always I root for the underdog. I like to see it. That's probably why I'm a closet Lions and Browns fan from over the years. I love to see, even though they were garbage, wanted to see them be successful. In this instance, Bobby Eaton's the underdog. I want to see him possibly upset of the century. He beats Ric Flair for the title. Why not? It's happened before. But unfortunately, that was all his claim to fame because fall number 2, Flair knocked Eaton off the top rope. He wins by countout, which I thought was kind of cheesy there. But fall number 3, this was even more cheesy. He has the figure 4 leg lock on him, but Bobby Eaton gets pinned because his shoulders are on the mat. So he doesn't tap, he gets pinned on a submission move. So
damn it.
I truly believe that they could have done a rematch here down the road.
Yeah, but they weren't going in the direction at that time.
No, not with Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, I thought this clash wasn't that good, man.
It wasn't. It had its moments with Sting and Koloff.
Yeah.
Diamond Stud.
But even
Flair
that,
and Eaton. Yeah.
The Flair and Eaton match was good, but
it showed some of the up and comers that you have on there.
Yeah, they were trying to showcase. Yeah, but
just their opponents were somebody. This should have been on TBS. Well, I mean, what was on? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Saturday night.
It should have been on something else other than a Clash. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? There's
we're gonna keep on going, and we're gonna get ready to do Clash of the Champions 16.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's our review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys soon.
Take care.